Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm JSimLady and this is a Sims 4 speed build. The weather where I live is taking a not slow dive into the colder. It's like our unofficial end to our summer season here. It's Labor Day, which is a holiday in the US supposedly meant to support and celebrate the workers of our country. Yeah, anyways, we have always sort of, at least in the parts where I live, our like sort of official, unofficial, like summer vacation season has always been sandwiched between our Memorial Day in the late spring and our Labor Day holidays in the late summer, because technically it is still very much summer, even though the weather here is suddenly cold. Not really cold, just cooler. And anyways, all of that is to say that it's getting cooler and it's like fall now, so I want to build cabins in the woods. I don't know what it is about fall and winter that makes me want to build cabins in the woods, but here we are. And this time, this one is for the all packs save file, which again, if you don't know the all packs save file that I'm making, I am basically just either remodeling, rebuilding, or building brand new lots, kind of in spaces where, like, this one had a cabin on the lot and it was fine, but it was very similar to the other cabin you can see in the background there. And I want to stay with the theme overall of outdoor retreat, which this cabin resides in Granite Falls, which is the world with outdoor retreat, which is, I believe, a game pack. Yeah, it was like one of the first game packs or something like that that came out for The Sims 4. It's very old, but it is a very good game pack. And no, I did not get Outdoor Retreat for free. I just really like this pack. I've always liked this pack. I love building cabins in the woods, especially, again, in the fall and winter. And I don't know why. It's weird, I know. You would usually think of camping, holidays and stuff in the summer, but me personally, I think of building a cozy fire and snuggling up in front of that fire and watching the snow fall outside and all that. I don't know. Maybe it's because of where I live. Wisconsin is very cabin friendly. It's also very cold a majority of the year, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. But at any rate, I just felt inspired to build a fall cabin, but I wanted to put a little bit of a twist on it. So I made it a small honeymoon cabin. There is no separate bedroom, but there is a very good-sized bathroom, and there's only space for a couple of Sims to sit at the dining table in the sort of kitchen-ish area. It's like all one room, bedroom, living room, kitchen, all one room. But it's really meant only for two Sims. Same with most of the backyard stuff, although you will see later on that I put a few extra chairs around the game table and the fire pit, because, you know, maybe you end up meeting some new friends as you hike the national park and you want to hang out for a couple hours one evening playing games or roasting marshmallows or something. I don't know. Aside from those two things, though, it very much is set up solely for two Sims to enjoy a honeymoon together. I didn't go like overly like typical honeymoon wedding themed with it. I didn't go overly fall themed with it either. I kind of kept it neutral, I guess, because your Sims could also use it as an anniversary getaway, like when their little Sim children all grow up and move out and they want to get away for the weekend, they can come here. It's just a cozy, romantic cabin, is what it is. I don't know why. That's just what came to mind. That's just what I felt inspired to do, so that's what I did. And so now that you know a little bit more about the build, I want to talk quickly about another topic. There have been some leaks in Sims World, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't necessarily want to be the type of content channel that does a video every single day and like drops all the latest news on you, including leaks and stuff. I don't love leaks. I don't love them. I really, really don't love them. I don't love the means by which they're obtained sometimes. I think that it's mostly people just looking for attention. And so, yeah. I will say this though. This build has nothing to do with the leaks. If you go back through my channel history, I often do builds of this nature in the fall and the winter because that's just, again, what I feel inspired to do in the fall and winter is build cabins like this. I, again, assume that maybe it has something to do with where I live and have spent my entire life. Like, again, Wisconsin is very cabin friendly, very big woods friendly, very cold the majority of the year. At least I think so. So it very much might just be my upbringing. It has nothing to do with the leaks though, because we don't even know what we're seeing with the leaks. And I'll be honest with you, I have no idea about AI generated images or not. You could put two images in front of me and I would not, even after studying them for an hour, be able to tell you which one is the AI generated image. So if you want to know whether the images look AI generated or not, I'm not the person to ask. I am terrible at picking that kind of stuff out unless it's massively obvious, like a sim has 6 legs or something. Like it has to be that blatantly obvious in order for me to be able to pick out AI generated images. I'm really bad at it. Do I like the idea of the leak? Do I think it's a cool idea? Yes, but we don't really know much about it yet. So it's like a tentative yes. We'll see how much it overlaps with the outdoor retreat. I am still kind of disappointed that we have both apothecary and herbalism, and there is really no way to kind of overlap those or incorporate either into the larger game. And that's where my issue lies in revisiting old ideas. If this is the revisiting of an old idea, we do not know that it is. It's very quite possibly a large if. But my only issue with revisiting old ideas is that they are separate but similar systems running concurrently. And it starts to make the game feel not cohesive, not one big giant Sims world. It starts to feel like you're playing a bunch of different mini games within a larger hub. Does that make sense? You can choose to play herbalism, or you can choose to play an apothecary, and there is no overlap, at least as far as I can see. Now, I haven't really explored these and ways you could make the game feel more cohesive and overlapped, and bring different systems together like that and have them work really well together like that. I'm actually thinking of doing some videos based on that to see how and if these different systems can be overlapped. You know what I mean? But I don't know if people would actually be interested in that kind of stuff or not. Let me know down in the comments what you think. But that's my only issue with revisiting old ideas. Watch how long it takes me to realize, once I put these shelves in, that they're actually sticking out through the wall on the other side. Now, mind you, I have this video sped up quite fast. So in the video, it takes what, about a minute, less than a minute? But in real life, that's 10 minutes worth of footage that I'm sitting there and I'm completely oblivious to the fact that those shelves are sticking outside of the walls on either side. Luckily, I did eventually notice and I switched them out for other shelves, but it's like, oh, that was kind of dumb. Anyways, here's the big shareable bathroom without getting too into the details here. I put as many objects into this build as could be used by a honeymooning couple. You know, a big shower bathtub combination rather than a single shower and or separate tub. Obviously the bed in the living room being one room type of deal because you have the fireplace right there and stuff. And you'll see that the backyard has some things too. Well, one thing for sure. Oh, I do go back later and add a few things from Lovestruck. I don't love or hate the romance system. I do think it adds some depth to the game, but there are some parts of it that can sometimes be annoying a little bit. But I do love the added activities and things that are geared towards this type of gameplay, honeymooning and anniversaries and marriages and like all that kind of stuff. I enjoy being able to add more in that respect. Does that make sense? Trying to keep everything PG-13 here. But yes, Lovestruck was definitely a pack not necessarily meant for children. If you don't know what that pack is. And I do incorporate some of that stuff into this build because it's a honeymoon cabin. So I think I might go and do one of the larger cabins next. Because, I mean, what comes after a honeymoon? Yeah, so I figure the couple that comes here will end up in the family cabin very soon afterwards. So it's the next on my list, I think, of builds potentially. I do have a massive penthouse apartment that I've been slowly working on all summer. along with that base game remodel that I did and put up on the channel here recently. Yeah, they were two builds that I was kind of trying to force something out because I just completely lost my inspiration to build, and it's nowhere near done. But I have that one I gotta get done and uploaded yet. That's also for the all pack save file, so that should be coming soon too. But yeah, here is the Honeymoon Hideaway cabin. Let's get into the walkthrough now. And here we are at the front. Yes, I did forget the mailbox and the trash can, and I uploaded it without them. I do go back and add them in after this video is done, so it will be part of the save file, but if you download just this lot off the gallery, there's no outdoor trash can or mailbox because I forgot. But here's the living room, kitchen, dining room. We have the chest of costumes there, or the trunk of costumes there. We have the game on the coffee table there, but then we also have like this whole open area where you can be cooking, eating, watching TV, or lounging in the bed together. And then we have the very large bathroom, two sinks, because who wants to share literally everything? And then a little bit of storage area, and again the large shower tub combo for all your camping cabin needs. Then we have the game table in case you do meet some new friends and you want to bring them back for a card game or something. A place to put some food out, a picnic blanket, and a picnic basket. And then the fire pit with extra chairs and the horseshoe area. Again, this is part of the all pack save file, and hopefully I will get that save file done sooner rather than later. But in the meantime, each and every build that you see in the playlist here on my channel, you can go to playlist, look for Sims 4 all pack save file. Each and every one of those builds is already available on the gallery. I'll tell you more about that in a video very soon. But for now, if you enjoyed this video, if you're enjoying my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!